Have you ever wondered why some people seem to achieve their goals effortlessly while others struggle? What if the key to a better life wasn't some grand, sweeping change, but something much simpler? What if the small habits you repeat every day could completely change your life? These questions might seem basic, but their answers are powerful. In this video, we're going to dive into how those tiny, daily actions have the potential to transform everything, from your mindset to your overall well-being. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine you're filling a large bucket with water. If you tried to pour it all in at once, it would likely spill over, creating a mess. But if you add a small cup of water each day, over time, the bucket will fill without any chaos. This is exactly how small habits work. Instead of overwhelming yourself with big changes, small, consistent actions can fill your life with positive results. Welcome to Wisdom Woven. Here, we explore timeless insights that help you lead a happier, more fulfilled life. Before we continue, I have a small favor to ask. Did you know that there are so many views on this channel, but only 0.2% of viewers actually subscribe? If you're enjoying this content and want to see more videos that bring value to your daily life, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. It's a small action, but it helps us create more content that benefits you. Now, let's get into how Buddhism views small habits. In Buddhism, there's an understanding that life is shaped not by big moments, but by the small, everyday decisions we make. It's often said that the path to enlightenment is walked step by step. This isn't just a metaphor. It's a philosophy that can be applied to how we build our habits. Small steps, done consistently, lead to lasting transformation. The ripple effect, how small changes impact your daily life. Life is like a pebble thrown into a still pond. When the pebble hits the water, it creates ripples that spread out in all directions. These ripples are much like the small habits we choose to adopt. Each tiny action can create waves of change in our lives, often in ways we don't even realize at first. So, let us explore how these small changes can profoundly impact our daily existence. Imagine waking up each morning with a simple intention. Instead of rushing out of bed, take a moment to breathe deeply and reflect on what you're grateful for. This small practice of gratitude can shift your mindset for the entire day. When you focus on what you appreciate, it becomes easier to recognize the beauty around you. It might be the warmth of sunlight streaming through your window or the sound of birds singing. This awareness opens your heart and allows positivity to flow into your life. Now, think about how small habits can influence your interactions with others. When you smile at a stranger or offer a kind word to a friend, you create a ripple of kindness. This small gesture can brighten someone's day and inspire them to pass on that positivity. In a world that sometimes feels heavy, small acts of kindness can spark a chain reaction. Each kind word, each smile, spreads warmth, creating a community where compassion thrives. Consider the simple act of mindfulness. Taking just a few minutes each day to sit quietly and focus on your breath can lead to profound changes in how you approach life's challenges. As you cultivate mindfulness, you become more aware of your thoughts and feelings. Instead of reacting impulsively, you learn to pause, breathe, and respond with clarity. This practice not only calms your mind, but also improves your relationships as you communicate more thoughtfully. Let's not forget the power of consistency. When you commit to small, positive actions every day, they compound over time. Think about how you care for a plant. You water it regularly, ensuring it gets sunlight and nutrients. With time and care, it grows strong and beautiful. Your habits are no different. When you consistently engage in small practices, be it exercising for just 10 minutes a day or reading a few pages of a book, you nurture your growth. Over time, these actions lead to significant improvements in your well-being and knowledge. Now, let's reflect on the importance of self-awareness in this journey. It's vital to recognize which habits serve you and which ones hold you back. Sometimes, we engage in routines without even realizing how they affect our lives. Take a moment to evaluate your daily habits. Are they leading you toward your goals? If not, consider replacing one small habit that no longer serves you with one that aligns with your aspirations. For instance, if you often find yourself scrolling mindlessly through social media, try substituting that time with a few minutes of meditation or reading. This small shift can significantly impact your mental clarity and emotional health. You'll find that reducing distractions can open up space for meaningful activities that nourish your soul. Moreover, the Buddhist practice of mindful eating illustrates how small changes can impact your life. Instead of rushing through meals, take the time to savor each bite. Notice the colors, flavors, and textures of your food. Eating mindfully not only enhances your dining experience, but also improves your digestion and relationship with food. You begin to appreciate nourishment and cultivate a healthier lifestyle. Another area where small changes can have a ripple effect is in our physical health. Perhaps you decide to drink an extra glass of water each day. At first, it may seem insignificant, but over time, this simple habit can lead to improved hydration, better skin, and increased energy levels. These small choices accumulate, leading to a healthier, more vibrant you. Let's also consider the impact of your environment. Small changes in your surroundings can influence your mindset. Decluttering your space, adding plants, or even rearranging furniture can create a more inviting atmosphere. A tidy and inspiring environment can enhance your creativity and productivity. When your space feels peaceful, it becomes easier to focus on your goals. Additionally, surrounding yourself with positive influences can create powerful ripples in your life. Spend time with people who inspire and uplift you. Their energy can encourage you to adopt better habits and foster a growth mindset. Conversely, distancing yourself from negativity allows you to nurture your well-being. Small choices in who you spend your time with can lead to significant shifts in your overall happiness. Remember, the journey of self-improvement is not a race. It's essential to approach it with patience and kindness toward yourself. Small changes may not yield instant results, but over time, they accumulate and create a lasting impact. Embrace the process, celebrate your progress, and be gentle with yourself when setbacks occur. In the grand tapestry of life, every thread matters. Each small habit you weave into your daily routine contributes to the beautiful picture of your existence. By recognizing the power of small changes, you open the door to endless possibilities. These small actions can lead to profound transformations in your life, influencing your mindset, relationships, and overall well-being. So, as we continue this journey together, remember that each step you take, no matter how small, contributes to your growth. The ripples created by your actions can reach far beyond what you can see. Let us embrace the potential of small habits to change our lives, one intentional choice at a time. Buddhism and the philosophy of incremental growth. In the practice of Buddhism, we often speak of the importance of small steps. Just like a tree grows slowly from a tiny seed, our habits and actions can shape our lives in profound ways. The philosophy of incremental growth reminds us that we do not need to achieve everything at once. Instead, we can focus on making gradual improvements, one small action at a time. Imagine standing at the foot of a mountain, looking up at its peak. It might seem overwhelming to think about climbing it all at once. However, if you take just one step, then another, before you know it, you will have made significant progress. This metaphor applies to our lives and the small habits we choose to cultivate. Each step is essential. It brings you closer to your goals and dreams. Buddha taught that change is possible through awareness and intention. When we become mindful of our actions, we can start to make choices that lead to positive habits. Each day is an opportunity to practice mindfulness. Whether it's through meditation, reflection, or simply being present, this awareness allows us to notice our behaviors and identify which small changes can benefit us. For example, consider the habit of mindful eating. Instead of rushing through meals, taking a moment to appreciate each bite can transform your relationship with food. When we eat mindfully, we savor the flavors, textures, and aromas of our meals. This practice not only enhances our enjoyment, but also fosters a healthier lifestyle. It's a small shift that leads to greater awareness of our body's needs, promoting overall well-being. Another important aspect of the philosophy of incremental growth is the understanding that every small action counts. It's easy to overlook the significance of tiny habits, thinking they're too insignificant to matter. However, it's like adding drops of water to a bucket. Each drop may seem small, but over time, they can fill the bucket completely. Every positive action you take contributes to your growth and well-being. In Buddhism, there is also the idea of right effort. This principle encourages us to put energy into cultivating good habits while letting go of harmful ones. Right effort is about finding the balance between striving for improvement and accepting where we are in our journey. This acceptance allows us to take small steps without being harsh on ourselves. It's about progress, not perfection. To practice right effort, start by identifying one small habit you want to cultivate. It could be something as simple as taking a few minutes each day to breathe deeply or expressing gratitude for something positive in your life. The key is to make it manageable. Instead of overwhelming yourself with grand plans, focus on this one habit. Over time, as you consistently practice it, you'll notice how it positively influences your mindset and daily life. The journey of small habits is also about patience. In our fast-paced world, we often seek immediate results. However, true change takes time. Just as a flower blooms slowly, our habits need nurturing and care. Remember, even a small seed can grow into a mighty tree with patience and time. Additionally, be mindful of the people you surround yourself with. Positive influences can inspire you to maintain your small habits. When you share your goals with supportive friends or family members, they can help keep you accountable. Their encouragement can be the gentle push you need to continue your journey. Buddhism teaches us that nothing is permanent. This includes our habits. The good news is that we have the power to change them. If you find yourself falling back into old patterns, don't be discouraged. Instead, view it as an opportunity to practice mindfulness and awareness. Recognize the moment and gently guide yourself back to your small habit. Embracing the philosophy of incremental growth means understanding that every step is part of the journey. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small it may seem. Each day is a chance to build on your previous actions. Acknowledge your efforts and remind yourself that transformation is a process, not a destination. As you continue on this path, you'll discover that the small habits you cultivate become a natural part of your life. They weave themselves into your daily routine, creating a tapestry of positive change. Just as a river carves its way through rock over time, your consistent efforts will shape your life in meaningful ways. In the end, the philosophy of incremental growth in Buddhism is about embracing the journey rather than fixating on the destination. It invites you to take small, mindful steps, reminding you that each action contributes to your growth. Allow yourself to be present in the moment, appreciating the beauty of small habits as they transform your life over time. As you do this, you will find that you are not only changing your habits but also nurturing your spirit. Mindfulness, the foundation for building positive habits. In the journey of life, we often find ourselves rushing from one task to another. We wake up, check our phones, rush through breakfast, and dive into our daily responsibilities. In this whirlwind, we might forget to pause and reflect. But mindfulness invites us to slow down and truly experience each moment. It's about being present, and this practice can be the cornerstone for building positive habits. Mindfulness starts with awareness. Think of it like being an observer of your own life. When you practice mindfulness, you begin to notice your thoughts, emotions, and actions without judgment. You recognize when you are feeling stressed, anxious, or even joyful. This awareness helps you understand the patterns in your life. For instance, when you realize that you tend to reach for junk food when you're stressed, you can start to change that habit. Let's consider a simple example: eating. When you eat mindfully, you slow down. You pay attention to the colors, smells, and textures of your food. You notice how it feels in your mouth and how it nourishes your body. Instead of mindlessly eating in front of the TV, you create a moment of gratitude for your meal. This small shift can lead to healthier eating habits. When you truly savor your food, you are more likely to make choices that nourish you. Mindfulness also encourages us to let go of distractions. In today's world, we are bombarded with information, news alerts, social media, and emails. Each of these distractions pulls our attention away from the present moment. Practicing mindfulness means setting aside time to disconnect from these distractions. It might be as simple as taking a few deep breaths before starting a task or dedicating a few minutes each day to sit in silence. By doing this, you create space for clarity and focus. In Buddhism, mindfulness is often linked to meditation. Meditation is a powerful tool for cultivating mindfulness. When you meditate, you learn to observe your thoughts without getting caught up in them. Imagine sitting in a quiet space, closing your eyes and focusing on your breath. You might find your mind wandering, but instead of getting frustrated, you gently bring your attention back to your breath. This practice teaches you that it's okay to lose focus sometimes. What matters is returning to the present moment. As you build mindfulness into your daily routine, you begin to notice how it affects your habits. For example, when you feel anxious, instead of reaching for a cigarette or unhealthy snack, you might take a few deep breaths and reflect on your feelings. This pause gives you the power to choose a different action, perhaps going for a walk or drinking a glass of water instead. With mindfulness, you can replace unhelpful habits with positive ones. Creating a mindful habit doesn't have to be complicated. Start with something simple, like mindful walking. The next time you go for a walk, focus on each step. Feel your feet connecting with the ground. Notice the sounds around you, the chirping of birds, the rustling of leaves. This practice grounds you in the moment and helps clear your mind. Journaling is another way to practice mindfulness. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to write down your thoughts and feelings. What went well? What challenges did you face? Reflecting on your day helps you become aware of your habits and patterns. You may discover triggers that lead to negative behaviors, allowing you to address them more effectively. Mindfulness can also enhance your relationships. When you are fully present with others, you listen more intently. You respond with empathy and understanding. Imagine sitting with a friend, truly listening to their words without thinking about your own response. This practice deepens your connection and fosters healthier communication. In Buddhism, there is a concept called Sangha, which refers to the community of practitioners. Being part of a supportive community can enhance your mindfulness practice. Sharing your experiences with others allows for mutual growth and understanding. You can encourage one another to stay present and cultivate positive habits together. Find a group, whether in person or online, where you can discuss mindfulness and share your journeys. Another important aspect of mindfulness is self-compassion. Often, we can be our harshest critics. When we slip up or fail to stick to our habits, we may feel guilty or ashamed. Mindfulness teaches us to treat ourselves with kindness. Instead of criticizing yourself for not achieving perfection, acknowledge your efforts. Understand that change takes time. Be patient with yourself as you work to build positive habits. To incorporate mindfulness into your life, consider setting a daily intention. Each morning, take a moment to reflect on how you want to show up that day. Perhaps you want to practice kindness, patience, or gratitude. By setting this intention, you remind yourself to stay mindful throughout the day. When you feel distracted or overwhelmed, return to your intention and ground yourself in the present moment. As you embark on this journey of mindfulness, remember that it's a practice, not a destination. Each moment offers an opportunity to cultivate awareness and build positive habits. Embrace the small steps. Celebrate your progress, no matter how minor it may seem. Over time, these small changes will accumulate and lead to significant transformation in your life. In summary, mindfulness serves as the foundation for creating positive habits. It helps you become aware of your actions, encourages you to make healthier choices, and deepens your connections with others. By incorporating mindfulness into your daily routine, you empower yourself to create lasting change. Remember, the path to a fulfilling life begins with being present in each moment. Breaking bad habits, the Buddhist approach to letting go. In our journey through life, we all encounter bad habits. They can be as small as procrastinating on tasks or as significant as unhealthy eating. But what does Buddhism say about breaking these habits? It teaches us that the path to freedom from unhelpful behaviors begins with understanding and compassion for ourselves. First, let's explore the nature of habits. A habit is simply a behavior that becomes automatic over time. When we repeat an action often enough, our brains create pathways that make it easier to do the same thing again. For example, if you often reach for sugary snacks when you're stressed, your brain starts to associate stress with that action. It becomes a routine that feels comforting but may not serve you well in the long run. Buddhism encourages us to observe our habits without judgment. This means recognizing when we engage in a bad habit and understanding the feelings and thoughts that accompany it. Instead of criticizing ourselves for our choices, we can approach them with curiosity. Ask yourself, what triggers this habit? Or, how does it make me feel afterward? This kind of self-reflection can be powerful in breaking the cycle of negative behavior. One important teaching in Buddhism is the concept of mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being present in the moment and fully aware of our thoughts and actions. When we cultivate mindfulness, we can notice our habits as they happen. For instance, if you find yourself mindlessly scrolling through your phone instead of working, being mindful allows you to catch yourself in the act. You might pause and ask, is this really what I want to be doing right now? Once we become aware of our habits, we can begin to let go of the ones that no longer serve us. This letting go is a key aspect of Buddhist practice. The idea isn't to force ourselves to stop. Instead, it's about gently releasing the hold that these habits have on us. Imagine holding a cup of water. If you grip it tightly, it becomes difficult to hold. But if you relax your grip, you can hold it more comfortably. Similarly, letting go of bad habits can create space for healthier choices. Another essential aspect of breaking bad habits is the power of intention. In Buddhism, setting an intention means being clear about what you want to achieve. For example, if you want to break the habit of overeating, you might set an intention to eat mindfully. This means paying attention to your food, savoring each bite, and noticing when you're full. When you have a clear intention, it becomes easier to make choices that align with your goals. It's also helpful to replace bad habits with positive ones. If you find yourself reaching for unhealthy snacks, consider what healthier options you can incorporate into your routine. This could be keeping fresh fruit or nuts on hand. By focusing on adding positive habits rather than just eliminating bad ones, you create a more nurturing environment for change. Moreover, the concept of impermanence is central to Buddhist philosophy. Everything is constantly changing, including our habits. Just because you've struggled with a bad habit in the past doesn't mean you're destined to repeat it forever. Understanding that change is possible can inspire hope and motivate you to take action. Patience is another virtue in Buddhism that plays a significant role in breaking bad habits. It's important to remember that lasting change takes time. Be gentle with yourself if you slip up. Instead of seeing it as a failure, view it as a part of the learning process. Each time you notice yourself falling back into an old pattern, you have an opportunity to reflect and adjust your approach. Additionally, surrounding yourself with supportive people can make a big difference in breaking bad habits. Seek out friends or communities that share your goals. Sharing your journey with others who are on a similar path can provide encouragement and accountability. It's much easier to stay committed to change when you have others by your side. One powerful practice in Buddhism is the use of mantras. A mantra is a word or phrase that you repeat to help focus your mind and reinforce your intentions. You might choose a mantra like, I am capable of change, or I choose what serves me. Repeating this mantra can help you stay motivated and remind you of your commitment to breaking bad habits. Finally, remember that breaking bad habits is a journey, not a destination. There will be ups and downs along the way. Celebrate your successes, no matter how small, and learn from setbacks without harsh self-judgment. Each step you take towards breaking a bad habit is a step towards a more mindful and fulfilling life. In summary, the Buddhist approach to breaking bad habits is rooted in awareness, compassion, and patience. By observing our habits, setting clear intentions, and being gentle with ourselves, we can cultivate the resilience needed to let go of what no longer serves us. With practice and support, we can create a life filled with positive habits that lead to greater happiness and fulfillment. The power of repetition, building resilience through daily rituals. In our journey through life, we often overlook the power of simple repetition. The small actions we repeat every day can shape our reality more than we realize. Imagine a river carving its way through rock. It doesn't do so with force, but through consistent, gentle flow. In the same way, our daily habits, when repeated, can create profound change in our lives. Repetition is a fundamental aspect of learning. Think back to when you first learned to ride a bicycle. At first, it was challenging. You might have fallen several times. But with each attempt, each push of the pedals, you grew more confident. Over time, what seemed difficult became second nature. This process of repetition builds not only skills but also resilience. In Buddhism, the practice of mindfulness is about returning to the present moment again and again. Each time your mind wanders, you gently bring it back to your breath. This act of returning is a form of repetition. It strengthens your mind, helping you cultivate focus and awareness. Just as you train your mind, you can train your habits through consistent actions. The more you practice, the stronger you become. Let's take a moment to think about daily rituals. These are simple acts we can incorporate into our lives. It could be as easy as drinking a glass of water each morning, or spending a few minutes in silence to reflect. These small rituals serve as anchors in our busy lives, reminding us to pause and reset. When we make these rituals habitual, we create a sense of stability in our lives. For example, consider the act of gratitude. You might start each day by listing 3 things you're thankful for. At first, it may feel forced or awkward, but as you repeat this practice, you begin to notice shifts in your perspective. You start to focus more on the positive aspects of your life, leading to greater happiness and contentment. Similarly, meditation is a powerful ritual in Buddhism. By dedicating just a few minutes each day to meditate, you build a habit that can transform your mental landscape. Over time, you'll find that you respond to life's challenges with greater calm and clarity. This is the power of repetition in action. One of the best things about building habits through repetition is that it doesn't require perfection. You don't need to do it perfectly every time. Instead, the key is consistency. If you miss a day, don't be hard on yourself. Just return to the practice the next day. Each time you return, you strengthen your commitment to growth. Think about your physical health as another example. If you decide to exercise regularly, the first few sessions might be tough. Your muscles may ache, and you might feel tired. But if you stick with it, you'll find that your body adapts. Over time, exercising becomes easier, and you start to crave it. This is how habits become ingrained in us. As we develop these small habits, we also cultivate resilience. Life will inevitably throw challenges our way. But when we have the strength built through repetition, we can face these challenges with grace. We become like the bamboo tree that bends with the wind but does not break. Moreover, the habits we form influence our actions and decisions. If you cultivate habits of kindness, for instance, you'll find yourself acting kindly even in difficult situations. When you repeat an action, it becomes a part of who you are. It shapes your character, guiding you toward your higher self. In the end, the journey of building habits through repetition is a journey of self-discovery. As you explore these practices, you'll uncover aspects of yourself that you never knew existed. Each small step leads you closer to your true nature, helping you live a more fulfilled and meaningful life. So, take a moment today to reflect on your daily rituals. What small actions can you incorporate into your life? How can you use the power of repetition to build resilience? Remember, it's not about making drastic changes overnight. It's about showing up each day, even in small ways, and allowing those actions to guide you toward transformation. Through this consistent practice, you'll find that your life begins to shift, slowly but surely, toward the life you desire. Mental clarity and consistency. How habits shape the mind. In our journey through life, the mind is like a garden. It requires care, attention, and consistent effort to flourish. Just as a gardener tends to their plants daily, we must cultivate our minds through small, consistent habits that promote mental clarity and focus. The beauty of Buddhism lies in its emphasis on simplicity, and it teaches us that mental clarity isn't achieved overnight. Rather, it is the result of nurturing small habits over time. Imagine waking up each day with a clear intention. Instead of jumping into a flurry of activities, take a moment to breathe deeply and set your mind for the day. This simple practice of mindfulness can become a powerful habit. As you repeat this every morning, you create a mental space where clarity can thrive. It's like polishing a mirror. The more you polish, the clearer your reflection becomes. Consistency is the secret ingredient in this process. It is not enough to engage in these mindful practices sporadically. They must become part of your daily routine. Just as a river carves through rock over time, your consistent efforts can shape your mind. When you make meditation or mindful breathing a daily habit, you slowly dissolve the clutter that clouds your thoughts. Your mind starts to feel lighter, and you become more aware of your surroundings and your emotions. Consider the practice of gratitude. Each evening, take a moment to reflect on 3 things you are thankful for. This simple habit, when done consistently, trains your mind to focus on the positive aspects of your life rather than the negatives. Over time, you may notice a shift in your overall outlook. life begins to feel richer, and even in challenging moments, you find it easier to seek out the silver lining. In Buddhism, there's a saying, "What you think, you become." This highlights the importance of nurturing positive thoughts through consistent habits. If you continually feed your mind with negative or self-defeating thoughts, that's what you will cultivate in your life. Conversely, by consciously choosing to practice positive affirmations and mindfulness, you can shape your reality. Another essential aspect of mental clarity is recognizing distractions. In our fast-paced world, distractions are everywhere. Social media notifications, endless emails, and constant demands on our time. These distractions can pull us away from our focus and create mental clutter. To counter this, establish small habits that help you manage your attention. For instance, designate specific times for checking your phone or social media. By setting boundaries, you can protect your mental space and maintain clarity. The concept of right effort in Buddhism emphasizes the importance of striving for balance. It's not about forcing yourself to think positively or meditate for hours on end. It's about finding the right amount of effort that feels sustainable. When you push too hard, you may burn out. Instead, aim for small, manageable steps that fit into your life. A few minutes of meditation or a short walk in nature can do wonders for your mind. In your daily life, observe your thoughts without judgment. This practice of mindfulness allows you to become more aware of the patterns in your thinking. Are there recurring thoughts that bring you down? By recognizing these patterns, you can start to shift them. If you notice that you often think negatively about yourself, replace those thoughts with affirmations of your worth. Over time, this simple habit can transform your self-perception. Another valuable practice is visualization. Spend a few moments each day visualizing your goals and the life you desire. Imagine yourself achieving those goals and feel the emotions associated with that success. This habit strengthens your mental clarity and reinforces your intention. The more vividly you can imagine your desired outcomes, the more motivated you will be to take the necessary steps to achieve them. Creating a dedicated space for clarity can also be beneficial. Set up a corner in your home where you can meditate, read, or simply reflect. This space should be free from distractions and infused with positive energy. When you consistently return to this space, it becomes a sanctuary for your mind, a place where clarity can flourish. In conclusion, mental clarity and consistency are intertwined. By nurturing small habits with intention and patience, you cultivate a mind that is clear, focused, and resilient. Remember, the journey to clarity is not a sprint. It's a gentle stroll through the garden of your mind. As you water the seeds of positive habits daily, you will see the fruits of your labor blossom into a life filled with purpose and joy. Embrace the journey and let your mind become a place of peace and clarity. Food, nutrition, and healing in Buddhist practice. In our journey through life, what we eat and how we nourish ourselves plays a vital role in our overall well-being. In Buddhism, the connection between food and healing is deeply understood. It's not just about filling our stomachs, it's about how our food choices affect our minds and spirits. Let's explore how food and nutrition can be a path to healing in our lives. First, consider the idea of mindfulness. Mindfulness is about being fully present in the moment. When we eat mindfully, we focus on the food, its flavors, textures, and the nourishment it provides. Instead of rushing through meals, we take the time to appreciate what we consume. This practice can lead to better digestion and a greater appreciation for the food we have. When we eat slowly, we allow our bodies to respond to hunger and fullness cues, promoting healthier eating habits. Buddhism teaches us to eat in moderation. This means being aware of how much we eat and recognizing when we are satisfied. Overeating can lead to physical discomfort, while undereating can leave us feeling weak. The middle way, a core concept in Buddhism, reminds us to find balance in all aspects of life, including our nutrition. Eating in moderation not only nourishes our bodies, but also helps maintain a clear mind. Now, let's talk about the types of foods that promote healing. In Buddhist practice, there is an emphasis on wholesome foods, those that are natural, unprocessed, and full of nutrients. Fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes are often highlighted. These foods provide the body with the essential vitamins and minerals it needs to function optimally. They are also connected to feelings of vitality and energy, helping us to feel our best. In addition to physical nourishment, food can have a profound effect on our emotional and mental states. Certain foods can uplift our spirits, while others may contribute to feelings of heaviness or sluggishness. For instance, foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, like walnuts and flax seeds, are known to support brain health and improve mood. By being mindful of what we consume, we can choose foods that help us feel light, happy, and energized. Buddhism also encourages us to be compassionate towards all living beings, including animals. This compassion extends to our food choices. Many Buddhists choose a vegetarian or vegan diet, believing it to be a way to minimize harm to other creatures. By consuming plant-based foods, we not only care for our bodies, but also contribute to a more compassionate world. Every meal becomes a chance to practice kindness, both towards ourselves and towards others. In terms of healing, food can also serve as medicine. Herbal remedies, for example, have been used in Buddhist traditions for centuries. Herbs like ginger, turmeric, and garlic have healing properties that can boost our immune systems and support overall health. By incorporating these healing herbs into our meals, we can enhance the nutritional value of our food and promote healing from within. Another important aspect of food and nutrition in Buddhism is the practice of gratitude. Before meals, many Buddhists take a moment to express gratitude for the food they are about to receive. This simple act of acknowledgement creates a deeper connection to the food and helps cultivate a sense of appreciation. It reminds us of the effort that goes into producing our food and the interconnectedness of all beings in the process. Now, let's not forget the role of communal eating in Buddhist culture. Sharing a meal with others can be a beautiful way to connect and foster a sense of community. Whether it's in a family setting or a larger group, eating together allows us to bond over food. It also provides an opportunity to practice generosity by sharing what we have. This act of giving and receiving fosters a spirit of harmony and strengthens relationships. Lastly, we must acknowledge that healing is not just about physical nourishment. It's also about the relationship we have with food. Many people struggle with emotional eating or have negative associations with certain foods. Buddhism encourages us to approach food with a sense of awareness and non-attachment. Instead of labeling foods as good or bad, we can view them as tools for nourishment and healing. By changing our mindset, we can create a healthier relationship with food and ourselves. In conclusion, food and nutrition hold a significant place in Buddhist practice and healing. By embracing mindfulness, moderation, and compassion, we can transform our eating habits into a path of healing. The foods we choose not only nourish our bodies, but also impact our minds and spirits. By understanding the profound connection between food and healing, we can cultivate a healthier, more balanced life, one small bite at a time. Small acts of kindness, the habit of compassion in Buddhism. In our busy lives, it's easy to forget the impact of small acts of kindness. However, these simple gestures can create ripples of positive change, not only in our lives, but also in the lives of others. In Buddhism, kindness is a fundamental practice, one that shapes our character and the world around us. Imagine waking up in the morning. Before your day begins, you have the power to choose kindness. It could be as simple as greeting a stranger with a smile or holding the door open for someone. These small actions may seem insignificant, but they can profoundly affect how others feel. When you offer kindness, you brighten someone's day, and in return, you nurture your own spirit. Buddhism teaches that kindness should be a habit. The more you practice it, the more natural it becomes. You might start with simple steps, say something kind to a colleague or express gratitude to a friend. As these actions become routine, you'll notice how they transform your outlook. Kindness becomes a lens through which you view the world, making it more beautiful and connected. Consider the story of a monk who lived in a small village. Every morning, he would walk through the streets, offering warm greetings to everyone he met. He didn't just say, "Hello." He looked each person in the eye, shared a kind word, and offered a moment of genuine connection. Over time, the villagers began to mirror his kindness. Smiles replaced frowns, and people began to help one another more. This monk didn't just change his own life. He changed the atmosphere of the entire village with his small, consistent acts of kindness. In Buddhism, this practice is rooted in the concept of metta, or loving kindness. It encourages us to develop a habit of goodwill toward all beings. The first step is to cultivate kindness toward ourselves. When we treat ourselves with love and compassion, it becomes easier to extend that kindness to others. A simple morning ritual can help with this. Take a moment each day to appreciate who you are. Acknowledge your strengths and forgive your weaknesses. This self-love sets the tone for how you interact with the world. As you progress on your journey of kindness, it's essential to recognize that not everyone will respond positively. Some may react with indifference or even hostility. But remember, the purpose of kindness is not to receive something in return. It's about giving without expecting. When you act kindly, you create a space of peace around you, regardless of how others react. Moreover, small acts of kindness can help you build a supportive community. When you offer help, encouragement, or even a listening ear, you foster a sense of belonging. This sense of connection is crucial for your mental well-being. In Buddhism, the concept of sangha, or community, is vital. By contributing to the well-being of others, you also nurture your own spirit. You can also incorporate mindfulness into your practice of kindness. Before you interact with others, take a deep breath and ground yourself in the moment. Ask yourself, how can I be of service today? This simple question opens your heart to possibilities. It prepares you to notice opportunities for kindness throughout your day, whether it's helping someone carry their groceries or simply listening when a friend needs to talk. Additionally, think about the power of gratitude. Expressing appreciation for the kindness you receive reinforces your habit of compassion. Take time to thank those around you, even for the smallest gestures. This creates a positive feedback loop, encouraging more acts of kindness in your life. One practice you might consider is keeping a kindness journal. Each day, write down at least one act of kindness you performed and one you witnessed. Over time, you'll notice patterns and the growing impact of these actions on your life and the lives of others. This simple reflection reinforces your commitment to kindness and helps you see the bigger picture. As you embrace this habit, keep in mind the Buddhist principle of impermanence. Just as our thoughts and feelings are transient, so are our actions. Each act of kindness contributes to the larger tapestry of life, even if we don't see immediate results. Trust that your kindness matters, even if it's not always visible. In conclusion, small acts of kindness are not just gestures. They are a way of life. They have the power to uplift your spirit, strengthen your community, and create a more compassionate world. By making kindness a habit, you align yourself with the core values of Buddhism: compassion, connection, and mindfulness. Each day presents new opportunities to practice kindness, to share your light with others, and to nurture the world around you. Remember, it's the little things that can make a significant difference. Start today, and let kindness transform your life and the lives of those around you. Energy and focus: how habits can enhance mental and physical strength. In our journey through life, we often find ourselves overwhelmed by distractions. With technology constantly vying for our attention and the noise of everyday life, maintaining focus can seem like a daunting task. Yet, in Buddhism, we understand that energy and focus are intertwined. The way we cultivate our habits directly impacts our mental and physical strength. Think of energy as the fuel that powers us. Just as a car cannot run without gasoline, we cannot function at our best without the right energy. This energy comes from the habits we develop each day. For instance, consider the simple act of waking up early. By rising before the sun, we create space for mindfulness. This small habit of waking early gives us time to reflect, meditate, or even stretch. These moments of stillness allow our minds to clear and our energy to flow freely, preparing us for the day ahead. Now, let's explore how focus plays a crucial role in this equation. When we focus our energy on a specific task, we become more efficient and productive. In our modern world, it's all too easy to multitask, checking emails while scrolling through social media, for example. However, this fragmented attention scatters our energy. In Buddhism, we emphasize the importance of single tasking. When we devote our full attention to one activity, we not only perform better, but also feel more fulfilled. This deep focus is a habit we can cultivate. To enhance our mental strength, we can incorporate mindfulness into our daily routine. Mindfulness is about being present in the moment, fully engaged with whatever we're doing. Whether we're eating, walking, or even washing dishes, practicing mindfulness helps us become aware of our thoughts and feelings. This awareness empowers us to direct our energy where it matters most. Imagine eating a meal mindfully, tasting each bite and appreciating the flavors. This simple act can transform an ordinary meal into a nourishing experience. Physical strength, too, is deeply connected to our habits. Regular exercise is a vital part of maintaining our physical health. But exercise doesn't have to mean hitting the gym for hours. Instead, think of it as incorporating movement into our daily lives. Small actions, like taking the stairs instead of the elevator or going for a short walk during lunch, can significantly enhance our physical strength over time. The key is consistency. By making movement a habit, we build endurance and resilience. Breathing is another essential aspect of cultivating energy and focus. Our breath is a powerful tool for grounding ourselves. When we feel anxious or distracted, taking a few deep breaths can restore our calm. In Buddhism, we often practice mindful breathing. This involves focusing solely on our breath, feeling the air enter and leave our bodies. When we breathe mindfully, we harness our energy and bring our focus back to the present moment. This practice can be done anywhere, anytime, providing us with a refuge from the chaos around us. As we reflect on our daily habits, it's important to remember that change doesn't happen overnight. Developing habits that enhance our energy and focus takes time and patience. In Buddhism, we value the process of growth. Just like a seed needs time to sprout, our new habits require nurturing. Start small. Choose one habit to focus on, perhaps waking up earlier or practicing mindful breathing. Gradually build on this foundation, allowing your energy and focus to grow alongside your habits. Moreover, the people we surround ourselves with can influence our habits. Positive, supportive relationships can uplift our energy and enhance our focus. Engaging with those who inspire us creates a ripple effect, motivating us to cultivate better habits. In contrast, negative influences can drain our energy and distract us from our goals. Being mindful of our social circle and choosing to spend time with those who uplift us is crucial for maintaining our focus. Another vital habit to consider is gratitude. Cultivating an attitude of gratitude shifts our perspective. When we regularly reflect on what we're thankful for, we train our minds to focus on the positive aspects of our lives. This shift in focus not only enhances our mental strength, but also boosts our energy levels. Gratitude can be practiced in many ways: keeping a journal, sharing our appreciation with others, or simply pausing to acknowledge the good in our lives. Let's also not forget the importance of rest. In our quest for productivity, we often overlook the need for downtime. Rest is not a sign of weakness. It's an essential component of maintaining our energy and focus. Just as our bodies need sleep to recharge, our minds require breaks to process information and rejuvenate. Incorporating short breaks throughout the day allows us to return to our tasks with renewed energy and clarity. In summary, the connection between our habits, energy, and focus is profound. By cultivating small, positive habits, we can enhance our mental and physical strength. Whether it's through mindfulness, movement, or gratitude, each small action contributes to our overall well-being. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Embrace the power of small habits and watch as your life transforms for the better. With patience and dedication, you will find that these tiny changes lead to significant growth in energy, focus, and strength. The role of meditation in strengthening good habits. In the stillness of meditation, we find a refuge from the noise of our daily lives. It is a practice that allows us to connect deeply with ourselves, creating a space where we can observe our thoughts, feelings, and habits. But meditation is not just about quieting the mind. It is a powerful tool for strengthening the good habits that can transform our lives. When we sit in meditation, we train our minds to focus. This focus is crucial because the world is full of distractions. Each day, we are bombarded with countless stimuli that can easily pull us away from our intentions. However, by practicing meditation regularly, we develop a greater awareness of our thoughts and actions. We become more attuned to the habits we wish to cultivate and those we want to let go of. Imagine sitting quietly and noticing your breath. With each inhale, you invite calmness into your body. With each exhale, you release tension and stress. In this process, you learn to be present. This presence helps you recognize patterns in your life. For instance, you might notice that you often reach for unhealthy snacks when stressed. By being mindful, you can choose to make a different decision next time. Meditation also helps us cultivate compassion. When we approach ourselves with kindness, we are more likely to forgive our missteps. If you slip back into old habits, rather than feeling defeated, meditation teaches you to treat yourself with understanding. It's okay, you might say. I am learning. This gentle approach encourages perseverance, allowing you to return to your good habits with renewed strength. Another aspect of meditation is the practice of visualization. In your mind, you can picture the habits you want to cultivate. Visualizing yourself waking up early, going for a walk, or eating healthily reinforces your intentions. This mental rehearsal can create a powerful blueprint for change. You might close your eyes and see yourself living your desired life, full of positive habits. This visualization makes the process feel more attainable. Meditation also enhances our ability to concentrate. In a world filled with distractions, the ability to focus is becoming increasingly rare. However, through regular meditation practice, we sharpen our concentration skills. This enhanced focus can be applied to our habits, making it easier to stick to our goals. For example, if your intention is to read more, the improved focus gained from meditation can help you sit down with a book and immerse yourself in it. Moreover, meditation teaches us about impermanence. In Buddhism, we understand that everything is transient. This includes our thoughts and feelings. When we meditate, we observe that thoughts come and go like clouds in the sky. This understanding can be liberating. It reminds us that just because we have a negative thought or a bad habit doesn't mean we are bound to it forever. We can choose to let go and cultivate something new. As we meditate, we also become more aware of our intentions. Each time we sit down to practice, we can set an intention for our habits. This could be as simple as, today, I will choose healthy foods, or I will take time to breathe deeply. By consciously setting these intentions, we align our actions with our values, making it easier to stick to our goals. Incorporating meditation into your daily routine strengthens your ability to maintain good habits. It creates a solid foundation upon which these habits can grow. Whether you meditate for 5 minutes or an hour, each moment spent in mindfulness reinforces your commitment to change. You can think of meditation as watering a plant. Just as a plant needs consistent care to thrive, so do your habits. As you cultivate this practice, remember that progress is not always linear. Some days will be easier than others. Some habits may take time to form, while others might fall away. This is natural and part of the journey. Meditation helps us embrace this journey with an open heart. It teaches us to be patient with ourselves, allowing for growth at our own pace. Finally, meditation encourages us to reflect on our experiences. After your practice, take a moment to think about how your meditation impacts your daily life. Are you feeling more mindful? Are you noticing your habits more clearly? This reflection helps deepen your understanding of yourself and your habits, reinforcing the changes you want to make. In conclusion, meditation is a powerful ally in the journey of cultivating good habits. It helps us focus, enhances our compassion, allows for visualization, and reminds us of the impermanence of our thoughts. By integrating meditation into our lives, we create a fertile ground for our positive habits to take root and flourish. So, as you continue your journey, remember to embrace the stillness of meditation. It can be a guiding light, illuminating the path toward a life enriched by the small habits you choose to nurture. Conclusion: embracing lifelong growth through small, powerful habits. As we come to the end of this journey, let's take a moment to reflect on everything we have learned. You've been introduced to the idea that small habits, those simple, everyday actions, have the power to transform your life. These habits may seem insignificant on their own, but when practiced consistently, they become the foundation of a fulfilling, meaningful existence. In Buddhism, we often speak about the path to enlightenment. This path is not a grand, sudden event, but rather a process of small steps. Every action, every thought, every decision you make contributes to this journey. It is through small, mindful practices that we build not only better habits but also a better life. Now, you may wonder, why small habits? Why not focus on making big, immediate changes? Well, think of it this way. If you plant a seed, you can't expect a tree to grow overnight. The seed must be nurtured with water, sunlight, and time. Similarly, your life's growth is gradual, and it requires patience. It's the small actions, the everyday habits, that provide the nourishment for that growth. Consider a single drop of water falling onto a stone. One drop doesn't make a difference, but over time, the continuous drops can carve a groove into the stone itself. This is how powerful small habits can be. The daily act of kindness, the few minutes of meditation, the choice to take a deep breath when you feel stressed. These are the drops of water that shape the stone of your life. In this last part, I want you to remember something important. Life is not about perfection. It's about progress. Sometimes, we may fall short of our goals, or we may miss a day of practice, and that's okay. The key is to keep going, to pick up where you left off, and continue walking your path. No one's journey is straight or easy, but the beauty of small habits is that they make the journey manageable. In Buddhism, we speak of right effort. This means putting in the appropriate amount of energy and intention into whatever you do, without becoming overwhelmed. Small habits align perfectly with this principle because they allow you to make progress without exhausting yourself. You don't have to run a marathon every day to improve your health. Sometimes, just a short walk is enough. The same goes for every area of life. You don't need to make massive changes to see results. Focus on one small habit at a time. Let's talk about some practical examples that you can take away from this. If you've been wanting to become more mindful, start with just a few minutes of meditation each day. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Sit quietly and focus on your breath. Over time, this simple practice will become second nature, and you'll find that mindfulness extends to other areas of your life. If you've been struggling with stress or anxiety, start by incorporating one small calming ritual into your routine. It could be as simple as taking 3 deep breaths before you start your day, or pausing for a moment to appreciate nature around you. These tiny practices, when done consistently, can have a profound effect on your mental and emotional state. For those of you looking to build healthier physical habits, begin with something that feels manageable. Maybe it's drinking a glass of water first thing in the morning, or taking a short walk after lunch. You don't need to overhaul your entire routine overnight. Start small and build up from there. Remember, it's about creating habits that fit into your life, not forcing yourself into an unsustainable routine. And now, let's return to a core idea in Buddhism: impermanence. Everything in life is constantly changing, and so are you. This means that the habits you build now will shape your future self. By focusing on small, positive habits today, you are investing in the person you will become tomorrow. But just as change is inevitable, so is the need for flexibility. Be kind to yourself if things don't always go as planned. Adjust your habits as you grow and change. As you move forward, take the wisdom we've discussed and apply it to your daily life. Start with one small habit and commit to it. Watch how it influences your day, your mood, and your outlook. Once that habit is established, add another. Over time, you'll find that these small changes accumulate into something much bigger, an entirely new way of living. And now, I'd like to leave you with a final thought. Imagine your life as a garden. Every habit you build is like planting a seed. Some seeds grow quickly, others take time. But with care and patience, they will all flourish. The garden of your life doesn't need to be perfect, but it will thrive if you tend to it with love, attention, and intention. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the power of small habits. If you found value in what we've explored together, I encourage you to share this video with others who might benefit from these insights. And one last reminder, there are so many views on this channel, but only 0.2% of viewers subscribe. If you've enjoyed this content and want to continue growing alongside us, please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Wisdom Woven. Your support helps us create more content that brings value to your life. May your small habits guide you to a life filled with peace, growth, and happiness. Thank you for being part of this journey, and may you continue to walk your path with mindfulness and purpose.